tune. We really appreciate you waiting patiently to get to know what we have to discuss this beautiful Sunday morning on ITV. Well, it's all about the bill right now before the House, saying that NSCDC, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, should be merged with the Nigerian Police Force, NPF. What do you feel about all this? Some are saying we have duplication of duties and it's not helping the country. Others are saying they should be independent for them to, pull their weight in whatever they are doing when you talk about the fight against crime and criminalities. Okay, now with me here in the studio to really talk about this, I have a labor devotee, a human rights activist, a political analyst. Join me to welcome Mike Modesty. Welcome to TMI Sunday's edition.
Wilson, good morning.
I appreciate you coming.
Good morning to all of you.
All right. This young man, one time, a candidate, let's say a flag bearer for a political party, in the chairmanship tussle some years ago in Ego local government, Festus Eki. Allow me to call you Eki for now. That surname is too long. Welcome to TMI Sunday's edition.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming.
Thank you, Mr.
All right. You get to hear put food on the table. You will not see all these things happening. You get to hear also when you are able to provide this, you will not hear about insecurity. I call him the voice of the masses, a political analyst. Join me to welcome Okoro Obaraye Osaho. Welcome to Tim Aswin's edition. I appreciate your coming.
Good morning to you.
All right. I want to start off with the labor devotee because one way or the other, we are all in this together. What do you feel about this proposed merger, NSCDC and Nigerian Police Force? It doesn't really make sense to you when this man in the House of Representatives proposing the bill that he has thought about it, he has reasoned it, he has said the function being carried out by both bodies, they are just similar. So, take it up from there.
Thank you, Wilson. I think I will start on this note by saying that the opinions, actions, and all other stuff that already be taken by House of Rep member, Honorable Shino Pella, as far as this discourse is concerned, he's so much entitled. Because one, he was elected to serve the people of his constituency. Two, he was elected to make laws for the good of this country called Nigeria. Three, he has a right fundamentally to freedom of expression. And by way of contributing his own quota to making good laws for the good governance of Nigeria, he is entitled to make a bill or propose a bill before the National Assembly. I will not disparage him because he's carrying out his constitutional responsibilities. However, as a Nigerian who believes so much that whatever law is or whatever bill is before the National Assembly should be subjected to debate, we should also have our say in whatever we feel about any bill that is before the National Assembly. On that note, therefore, I am strongly of the opinion that inasmuch as I concede to the fact that Honorable Shino Pella is entitled to his rights of freedom and all others, as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is also entitled to his rights and freedom of expression, though unlimited, I have to say that the intention of that bill, to him, may be objective-minded, but to me, it is a subjective thinking. Subjective thinking. Therefore, I opine here and now that everything that has to do with that bill will not see the light of the day. Wow. It will not receive my buy-in as a person, and I'm sure Nigerians are already reacting. Be that as it may, let's go down memory lane. In 2003, the Act of the National Assembly enabled the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. In 2007, that act was retooled for better operations. Principally and fundamentally, NSCDC was established for three main areas. One, to provide security for national assets Two, to be and build a synergy between the local security groups, as in vigilantes and others, and the establishment in the provision of local security. Three, to be available for national interventions in areas of natural and man-made disasters.
Now, you just hold on. You give us the three core mandates of the NSCDC. Because of the discussion, we're going to see if they are doing what is beyond their scope. And of course, we're going to just oppose the functions also of the Nigerian police force to see their similarities. If Shina Pele is really making a strong point. Festus, what do you feel about this?
I guess the whole issue is something that is laughable.
Laughable?
Yes, because...
Why would you say laughable?
It's laughable, although my learned leader here said he has the right to actually come before the National Assembly. Yeah, he actually has the right. This man should have come with facts and figures. Before you come up and say this thing is no longer working, you should have gone down memory lane, conduct your research. When you're going to present such a bill, you begin to tell Nigerians, not just the legislator now, 2003 till now, these are lapses, these are the problem, these people have not been able to do this. But the man just came and told us that this thing is similar. He gave three major points.
But don't forget that Shina gave reasons, gave strong reasons for this.
No.
Yeah.
See, those reasons are not viable. If you go to pipelines, you see the NCDC there. They are protecting the national assets. When disaster call up, before the police gets there, they are there. I don't think they are common within towns operating, no. I've not actually seen them coming, staying on the road, checking particulars the way police are doing it, asking you, where are you going, you know, is this? No. I guess to a large extent, I will give them 70%. 70%. They've been able to carry out their duties as specified in the act that established in that of the 2003 and as amended 2007. So if man coming up to tell us we don't need them, we're craving for more. If you check Nigeria today, we have security lapses. The police can't do them all. Now, let me give you a very good example. In Edo State, you have a divisional police office, headquarters, now let me use it like that will serve more than 7-8 communities. If this man is coming out to tell us, okay, let's give a range. If we're having a divisional police headquarters here, within so kilometers, there should be another one. Imagine Ubawa divisional police will have to control down to Ekosodi, coming down to JHAS here, to Wasota, going straight to Adelaide again. So the work is cumbersome. So we are thinking of how to bring other security outfits. The civil defense is there. Sorry, what's the name of this other people again? It's not civil defense.
Peace Corps.
The Peace Corps is there. We are thinking of how to bring those people down to work for us so that we have a lot of persons, a lot of hands. Someone is going to tell us we should merge. The police that we are going to merge them into, I guess I don't want to talk about them. All right. Because if you merge them into police, meaning we're going to wake up one day and be surprised that those that are supposed to protect the pipelines are the one hating the vandalization of the pipeline.
All right. Well, I'll come back to you on that, on the protection of national assets vis-a-vis the pipeline. The voice of the masses of Barayi, do you have a different opinion from their opinions?
They're extremely different. The reason why different here is simple. You know, when there's an adage in my dialect that say, when everywhere is free, that is when you see the native doctor performing miracles. But when there's war, he cannot even sit down to perform. So the honorable member that has brought this one is so free. He has seen our taxpayers' money to enjoy himself. So to him now, there's no problem. Maybe he has been offended by one NSCDC officer and just told that one, don't worry, I will come up with a law that will merge you people. So to me, it's a personal issue.
The personal issue?
Yes, to me.
How personal?
No, to me. Yeah, don't worry, you will see what I will do to you. Because if it's not personal, how can a same man sit down and say, just like me, I'll come here and say, ITV go and merge with a sister station. When I already know that ITV has distinguished themselves. NSCDC has distinguished themselves from the police force. It's two different people. I was privileged to have been a member of Pipeline Protection Committee on that committee. That's Ali Oshomole. And I think I can give you fact and figure that those we can really trust when it comes to help us. Know that they are you can't in Nigeria, you can hardly find where it's free. But those you can also say, if they get 4 or 5 trucks, can bring 2 or 3 to the office, it's NSCDC. But for the police, there's no trace when issue comes like that. So, to me, what I expected from this man would have been simple. If the man would have come up to say, you people just face pipeline vandalization, face it. The way people have done it in Port Harcourt. I'm sure you saw that when the governor of River State, came up with to say, destroy illegal refineries. It was the NSCDC that really had that job. Though there was also some areas where they also failed. Me, in Nigeria, for set, you hardly can say this person or this group is okay. But I think the man would have said, okay, no, let's also try to enact a law to give them more power, or also divide their power and bring some people in. This man is not thinking now how to empower his people. People did not vote for him to make that empowerment. To me, that man would have said, NSCDC, let me make a law that every year they must recruit a minimum of 10,000 people for their job, to make sure that job is okay. You are here telling us to merge two. Already, the police force had the traffic side of it, where we have a local language name for them to say yellow fever. Yeah. It was the same law that said, okay, no, let's have road safety. Even when the state has VIO, the police has the yellow fever traffic coordinator. Yeah. Now, we now also came up with a law of road safety. That as we speak today, if you want to drive from Benin to Ondo, the police will ask for your papers, fire extinguisher, driving license. You move to the next 2 months, what safety will stop you, ask for your fire extinguisher, driving license. I think the same function. The same function. Okay. The same function. So, to me, this one is extremely different. So what the man would have thought was, okay, this yellow fever in the police sector, can we not just take them down to road safety? So we just know that the road safety is strictly for road, everything concerning road and cars. All right. I get it now. All right. So there's also a law coming to say let's road safety start having gone. If you are checking for cars, what is your business with gone? So to me, it's a misplaced priority. All right, Obari, I will come back to you. Now, he just mentioned of duplicity of function, because the 3 core function or mandates of the NSCDC, the Nigerian Police Force, involved in this. And the 3 core mandates also given to NSCDC by this law promulgated in 2003, and of course, Buford in 2007, they never mentioned in terms of election. That is true for the police. They're going to see the NSCDC being deployed in that area. The first point of call for Shimas, like saying that, look, since they are doing the same thing, because take a look at it, they are all doing the same thing, why not just put them under one umbrella?
They are not doing the same thing. How many times have you ever found policemen in the creeks protecting our pipelines?
Some police, they are there doing the job. But they are there. And if I attested to read that, yes, sometimes you don't see it about the police.
As far as I'm concerned,
yes,
there is no duplicity.
Wow.
There's no duplication of responsibilities.
Are you sure?
That is not to say, as of today, that NSCDC is 100% following its dictates, because we are beginning now to see them, instead of protecting national security, they are now protecting politicians. So that's a big minus on their side. I'm not saying NSCDC is 100% carrying out its assigned responsibility.
Okay.
But I am not continuing to be thinking that it should be merged, absorbed, or whatsoever terms they want to use with the Nigeria Police Force. The same song they were singing when they were once agitating that road safety should be merged with the Nigeria Police Force. When NSCDC was to be established by the Act of the National Assembly as asserted by Mr. President in 2003, these issues were all extruded. Police made representation, all security organizations made their representations on whether to be or not to be. And I've just told you the 3 core mandate areas, specifics. And they have been doing excellently well.
But you see, the police also doing the same thing.
The police is not doing as much as these people are doing.
Who are you to measure the performance of both police and
The
NSCDC?
citizen who has unfettered access to any of these organizations.
All right.
And I'm telling you, you know that authoritatively. The police, as we have it today, is even overstressed. They don't even have the required manpower. How many Nigerians to one policeman? So if they decide to say, okay, NSCDC, instead of police following politicians, let us just add responsibility to you. All policemen that are with the politicians and all that godfathers here and there, come back to the barracks and we assign them. We are talking of the Peace Corps of Nigeria. They have been frustrating the Peace Corps of Nigeria. There's another one coming up, Vigilante Group of Nigeria. There is nothing wrong in having multiplicity of these organizations with specific responsibilities. Nothing wrong about it. Don't we have National Guard in the United States of America? Why are we deploying our soldiers that are supposed to be fighting Boko Haram to be on guard to start looking for miscreants here and there? What's the function of the National Guard in the United States of America? The NSCDC is almost similar to the National Guard of the United States of America. So I am anticipating more. They should create more. Are we not saying, for instance, because of duplicity of functions, the Nigerian Immigration Service should also be merged with Nigeria Police Force? Are we saying Nigeria Customs and Nigeria Immigration Service should fuse? Okay. Is that what they are saying? Customs and immigration, are they not also interwoven, so to speak? Let's create more opportunity with specifics.
All right.
Create more job opportunities for our teeming youths.
Okay.
We are saying that the hierarchy of the police is treated only to Abuja. States are even agitating for state police. Is the police doing enough? That is not leading states to ask for state police? If, for instance, we have state police, if not for the abuses that we follow, are you not sure more of our youth will be dutifully engaged?
Right.
So what are we talking about? And for me, the intention of Honorable Pella will suffer a stillbirth. And he's going to suffer the stillbirth.
Okay.
Because there is no tangible reason he's giving whatsoever.
All right. Now let's take a look at the financial implication. Because there's been crying, so to speak, about duplicity of functions. That look, since it's all about security, they should be under one umbrella, taking instruction or will I say order from a particular body, at least from one monitoring and dispensation of duties. I don't think he's making a point in this.
Financial implication.
Yes.
You are bringing B now to A. The staff will remain. The operational vehicles will remain. I guess that man just proved to Nigerians that it's not worth to be a legislator.
Now, of course, it's worth to be a
No,
legislator.
I said, let me give you this.
Yeah.
When a man comes to tell you, polytechnic, university, higher institution, may they just be one, let's make the two one, armchair and AU. You look at the man and ask him, do you know of technical education? Now, if a man is telling us, merge a security outfit that was brought to limelight by virtue of legislative act, like what Father just said, they call the all security outfit sit down. October till now, The first time we celebrate Christmas, like everybody, we are happy. You go out in the night, no problem, no gunshots. People will come and ask, no fighting, I'll tell them, you should look very well. The state government did something, but we need more effort on that. Local vigilante, Edo State Joint Security Force. If you go to this junction, you see some boys with their double barrel. They are here. You go to the other junction, they are there. So those boys that are into court killing, they couldn't move freely. And they were the same boys that were in some of these junctions. So we have security okay during the December. We are celebrating, we are happy. A man should think of how to provide more security outfits. VGN, we have been clamoring. Send VGN, they said no. I guess that those states should be an example to other states.
Yeah.
Before we have problem during celebration. But this past one was very, very okay. So why is someone coming to tell us no? That's on the pipeline. Is the man thinking of how to go and start bunkering or what? Or is thinking of how to go and start? Let me tell you something. According to the act that established
The NSCDC.
NSCDC, whenever people are protesting, they ought to be there. Do you know when you burn tires on the tire, it affects that tire?
Yeah.
It's a security asset. During the election, you are asking what are they doing during the election? If my party win and your party lost, we can start destroying things. No need to call them. Where are you? Start community. They are there already.
But as a function also of the Nigerian police force.
What I'm telling you is,
Yes.
the act that established them said, if you see a national asset, protect it for us. So there is nothing they are going to tell us. There's nothing they're going to say. According to Papa, is going to be dead on arrival. Not going to work on it.
Okay, I wouldn't want to really start going deep into this because three of you are in accord saying that it doesn't really make sense. It's talking about the measure. Let's take a look at what is happening right now in the country vis-a-vis Edo State about the farmers' headers clash. You heard about the story that happened in some part of Edo State, local government area or two, they were affected. It's good to say plantation being raised. You get to say community, according to a report, allegedly being sacked by these headsmen because they really want a place for their cattle to graze and all that. Obari, do you think that Nigeria is getting too old for this? Do you think it's high time the government really established something that only put this thing to rest?
Something like what? Establish something like what?
That's what I'm asking you right now.
Oh, yeah.
It means a measure, anything just to make it stop.
They try their best now. What is happening? My conclusion for the first one you asked is that you can also ask that man if we should merge Senate and House of Rep.
Yes.
It should be in one.
In the communal legislation.
Yes.
I don't want to do that talk already.
I'm sure when he hears it, he will stop. we should also protest for the measure of both, because one we say yellow is blue on Monday, the other one we say yellow is blue on Tuesday. I will pay them the same money. So we should forget about that. Only farmers, elders, crash.
Yes.
I think Nigeria is bleeding on it. And I'm also very happy that there's nothing time or patience does not cure. Though this one is getting worse off, but also know that time will surpass this. Come 2023, if we do things right, this issue will either die natural death or go down very hard. The reason is because, I can dance the macabre dance if I have people like Mike Mo, they stay on my back. I get it down. So when you ask me questions, I will tell you, go, don't do it. Because if I know that this issue will end at this table, I get what I want to say. If I know that the issue, if I destroy your laptop now and you arrest me, is going to end at my modesty table, I will not just destroy it, I will use it to smash you. So that by the time you do anything against me and it goes there, they will not tell you, is it good to put laptop in nobody's presence? Don't you are supposed to put your laptop far off where you're seated? So it no longer become issue.
Yeah.
Because to me, I'm giving you this phrase because of the present place we find ourselves. Because if I try to also tell you, you tell me no. You also try to save your job. So after 2023, when we are not speaking here, I also remind you, we will speak happily if we also get it right. The reason is because Boko Haram also speak. Either they are trying to deny, has some local government or some area on their own where they do things now. Even cut tickets for people to do things. That's there's a market, it's a market, the way my chief will say. I get it now. So if somebody now give you tickets, and government also give you ticket, or no longer give you ticket, it goes to show that these people are already stabilized. They did it in their environment for so long, and we saw it that they are now out of that area, and we said, okay, let's move to the south. And when they were moving, people were shouting and clapping. You heard them. There are some governors that shouted against it. Either their revenue for the month was seized, their location was seized, or when they try to see the presidency or so good, it will be prevented. Some of them are back to just say, okay, let us create economy for them, or no, let us do. Only the few that saw it that if we allow these people to just come, they are finished. That stood their ground, and today they are not. I'm not sure that what we hear here, you can hear it in Lagos State. What we hear here, you can hear it in Crossover State. It's impossible because those governors stood their ground to say, no, if we must get it right, let's start it now. You see how some states where they will tell you, no, these people are your people, you are around Nigeria, they still speak English when they know that these people don't hear English. These people prefer their cow to our kids. They prefer their cow to our mothers. So to me, I'm happy the way it's happening, so that it will also not serve as a credence for us politicians. We no longer to shout, we don't need to shout more in 2023 because we just have this to ask, will you want this to continue to your father that is a farmer or to your mother that is a farmer? If you say yes, go. But if you say no, go. Don't ask me for money. Because you know our people, they take things so simple and easy. When on the election field, when we're in the field, I'm sure my brother will also tell you, then their brain are silent. Their brain is fixed on flight mode on the election day. They don't listen, they don't think. When you ask them simple question, let's vote for Comrade Mark Modesty. We tell you how much he give us. Not asking, where is he coming from? Not asking, what can he do? How much he won't give us? He won't get money, he won't come repair Nigeria. Now he won't come repair one. What he don't spot for since 1960, he won't feel repair one. We just okay. Let's vote for my brother, Obaraye, who we know is dubious. How much he get? He said he won't give 5,000. Hey, why you talk? Give me 5,000, I'm going to go vote for him. That 5,000 for the ones that are so prudent that we don't want to spend money will last for 24, 48 hours, and that is the end. The next 4 years, that is the end of that month. And these people are the ones that will first start shouting again.
All right.
When you go, so to me, I like what is happening. It's the beauty of democracy. Because if it had not happened, some people would have said, no, Jose will not vote this man, and this thing would have gotten worse off. I can think that. Thank God we voted for the general we know that can cure Nigerian pace on this issue. And thank God this is happening in the presence of the general. And thank God that the general is mute on it. May God bless him and may God bless Nigeria. Let this continue. 2023 and pray.
Obara, this your prayer is ironical.
You get it? It should not be. It should not be.
Brother Mike, he's speaking in parables. Ironically, be like, come on, let me continue the way it's like, happening. What does it really mean that is because somewhere along the line, some governors refuse to really stick to their Sabah Accord? Is that the reason why we are passing through even in Edo State? The attack of these headsmen.
I wouldn't want to talk about the Sabah Accord.
Yeah.
Or never talk about government either keying in or keying out. What pains me is that the disheartening situation that we find ourselves in Edo, especially in Avia Northeast, or the Gwetwe, Owa, Sobe, all those people, guys, all those communities that are living that way, is a terrible one. The thing is not just starting. It didn't just start last year. Close to a decade, it has been a continuous thing. The unending nature of what is happening in these communities, especially these communities, is something that is becoming extraordinarily disturbing. I would have loved a situation whereby at this moment, more than half of our local vigilante groups that are all over the town are lodged into those forests. All the local vigilante groups that have been mobilized in the three territorial districts, they should be given the responsibility, the mandate, and financially empowered.
Now you said it.
Financially empowered. Not just talking. Not just talking. Security is not a cheap thing. They should be motivated to confront these same monsters that have finished the lives and property of our people and are still doing it. I watched with utmost pace a few days back when I was watching a video on social media how some security outfits were defeated by some headers, alleged headers, so to speak, and the follow-up action of how the advance were set on fire. In my own state, where we have constitutional authorities and traditional authorities, it's a big shame, of course. Must we be brought to our knees? The cost of goods, as well as agricultural products, in Edo, if not in Benin, is far above the rooftop. People can no longer come to farms. I had watched not too long ago where a yam barn was destroyed and the yams that were in that barn were fed to cows. I have also watched where people are taken away from their farms and taken over by herders. Our parents can't go to farm. Those who even migrated from other states into our reserves, producing all types of farm produce, they are now migrating to the city. So what makes you feel the hunger that is coming will not overwhelm all of us? And when there is massive hunger, then there will be massive crime and criminality.
All right.
So the snowballing effect of our inadequacies in taking prompt actions and decisions to meet the notoriety of these boys in our bushes will come back to us to haunt us terribly badly. Therefore, I'm of the opinion, without missing any word, that let's act now. If not, some of our communities will be so overwhelmed that when you go back there the next 3-4 years, you won't find a single soul. Right. And in addition, I say this from my spirit, that Boko Haram is not only in the Northeast now, Boko Haram is everywhere. Because if you look at the mode of operations, the sophistication of the arms and ammunition, the commandant type of way they take over roads and everywhere, you will discover these are not just ordinary headers. The kidnapping is so serious, is so high, and the fortune they are making from all this are going to some caliber of persons who are using these guys as fronts. And these monies are transmitted into buying sophisticated goods and every other thing.
All right,
so it has become a thriving industry. And not in our state, it shouldn't be.
Okay.
All of us must work hard.
Festus, this is quite emotional, but please, what's your emotions, please?
Almost 700 million naira as security votes. The Edo State Joint Vigilante are not on payroll. And I guess Father came back to say there should be financial commitment. Before now, I told some of my colleagues and friends that, are you aware our boys have this day gone, that if we have to start searching houses in Benin, you'll be surprised that almost all the houses in Benin have one or 4 to 2 houses. When they now begin to say, okay, join vigilante group, you're in VGN, hunters group, bring out your day gone, we're not going to see that boys have it. I want to also say it on a live broadcast here that if the governor is really willing and ready to curb S-men, we don't have lazy youth in Edo State. We have boys that are sagacious, that can actually go to the depth of the forest and deliver Edo State. But I can't be going to the forest when they are telling me a monthly salary 20,000. Some don't even collect. What we do is, bros, how far? I need it for your boys. Some are doing it because they used to be cultists. Now they need freedom. So the only way they can have freedom is, let me join these people. No monetary motivation. Now let me leave the governors. A few days ago, about the clip he was talking about, vigilante ambush. Later the Nigerian army came, the police came. Up till now, no senator have come up to say, this is my state, what is happening? We have politicians in Edo State who are self-centered. There is no House of Rep member, there is no senator that will be concerned. When I use the word concern, practically being concerned about this is my constituency. I don't like the way things are going. Mr. Governor, let's sit down, let's bring out an outfit, how we can control this thing. None of them is talking about it. What they do is go to Abuja, collect our money. Some don't even have projects in their constituency. Only few. There is only one who call a senator. I said, go, senator. Out of the 7 senatorial districts, just one local government you can say actually is doing the work. That aside, S-men have given us a lot of problems. In Igbo here, my friends who are farmers pay vigilante that go with them to the bush to farm. What they do is they plan it. We'll be going Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They now go meet the vigilante, they pay them, they go with them with guns. Who are these people? The herdsmen, are they not human beings like us?
Okay.
Meanwhile, we talk about the police. Do you think it is normal for police to clear a vehicle loaded with human beings coming from Kaduna to Benin? Humans and cow. Because some of us are looking at those in the bush. But I want to tell you, after a careful research, we found out that not just those in the bush, they are not the only problems we have. You see those on driving bike, that's where they have their informants. About last year, a member of mine was kidnapped. Our year. When he came, as a researcher, we were talking. While we were talking, I was actually taking down some of the things we were saying. You know what he told us? He said, when we were going to give them the money, they said, if you get to so-so park, look for so-so backman. You know where to bring the money to.
Interesting.
I am not talking from, or there might be a second point of view because I picked this thing from someone, but he was a victim.
There will be a part 2 to this discussion, please, gentlemen. There will be a part 2 to this discussion because we really exceeded the time limit, because 7 minutes past 9 already. There will be a part 2 of the discussion. With all this happening, do you think they should really make the Nigerian police force and the NSCDC to tackle this? No.
Yeah, no, they should create another outfit. To just say this year, is to be in the bush. Just be in the bush.
Okay. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Our time is up. I know this is quite emotional. I don't want to dive deep into it because we have other guests to really throw more light on this. Well, you've heard them. They're saying it's a no, but with the situation on the ground, do you think we need more outfit? This time, the forest guard, the vigilante, they should be empowered, endowed, financial, and of course, armed to the teeth to really repel these assailants in our farmlands, in our forests. Well, the opinion theirs, it has nothing to do with ITV, but the full rules and regulations governing the airwaves. Gentlemen, I really want to appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for your opinion.
Thank you for giving us.
We're going on a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.